Hey everybody, it's Kurt here with the Internet Time Machine, and I'm here to tell you a very special story. We've actually had two members do amazing things with posts we've done in the last year and information they've gotten by using the Internet Time Machine to find trends and niches. Now, we usually don't do like testimonial videos for like ClickBank and stuff like that, but these two members are doing such amazing things, I decided to let them tell their stories. The first person I'm going to talk about, her name is Krizia, and she may very well be the next Oprah Winfrey. Now, you kind of laugh at that when you hear it, but wait till you hear her tell her story. She basically took a post about mommy bloggers and how to connect to mothers online and saw the demand for a product. So she created a ClickBank product, has made over $500, but that led to starting another project for women entrepreneurs. And she is collecting interviews, getting notoriety, appearing on TV, having CEOs of Fortune 500 companies call her because she's now the authority person for females who are CEOs and in power positions. She's become the female entrepreneur coach for the internet. So I'm going to let Krizia tell her story and how she discovered the Internet Time Machine and what she did with some other information. The second member, which will be in another video right after this, is Michael Johnson. And he lives in Georgia, and he used the trend finder in the Internet Time Machine to basically try to bring solar power to the state of Georgia. I'm going to leave it at that because his video is awesome that he made, and I want you to check out how he basically changed an entire state and community by following trends on the Internet Time Machine. So first off, Krizia, take it away.
Hi Kurt, my name is Krizia and I've been one of your members since June of 2010. I wanted to do this short video because I wanted to show you some of the results that I was able to get from one of the trends that you featured on your site earlier this year. Well, earlier this year, I opened my email very late on an evening, I believe it was 10 or 11 o'clock, and I clicked on the link and I saw this here, the Mommy Army, this niche can help you. And I read this niche and I couldn't believe my eyes because I was actually working on a product for women called the Blog Income for Women, and it was all about teaching women about CPA marketing, and that was based on experience that I had from another blog that I had, which I actually sold in May of 2011 for the equivalent of a full-time salary. So I had turned all of this knowledge into a product and I was about to launch it. When I saw this really affected my marketing because I saw some of the keywords that you had found that were really great, and I started using a lot of these keywords in my marketing. I had created 25 videos that I was giving as the sort of opt-in product, and I got so much great feedback from these videos, and a lot of this information I was definitely using these keywords to help me along the way. Now I'll show you the product in question, and this is it. This is the sales page for it, the Blog Income for Women. And what it is, again, as I said, it is a course. It's delivered on video for over 10 weeks, and it is all about teaching women how to use CPA marketing and how to generate revenues basically on a monthly basis. So I'm not going to go down the full sales page with you. Now, I have sold a number of these products. I didn't sell 1 million of them, but I definitely have sold a number of them, and they come in here and there. And in terms of the sales, it's basically now passive income. So this is my ClickBank account. This is set up via ClickBank, so it's really, set it and forget it. And as you can see here, the revenues that I've generated up to date, and as you can see, they come in, a few every month. And it's just sort of on autopilot. Now, the interesting thing that came out of this is the fact that I was really trying to promote this a little more aggressively. And I thought of using one of the methods that had been shared with me with a very famous internet marketer. And I'm going to bypass the details as to why I have his personal mobile number. But I basically had the mobile number for Telman Knudsen, and I was able to call him, and that was in late December, and I asked him what was his tip in terms of promoting a product geared towards women. He had suggested the idea of creating a series of, how should I say it, a series of interviews with 12 women. It was basically teleseminars with 12 women and getting these 12 women who had really, really large lists to help me promote this product. I started thinking about it, and again thinking about the information that I saw here, and I thought, okay, interesting, but I wasn't totally sure if that was something that I wanted to do. Then I noticed that there were a couple of guys out in the US who had online shows. They were basically online video shows, but both of them were men, and they did invite women, but most of the people they invited were men, and in many cases very young men. And I thought to myself, what if I combine what they do with the idea that Telman Knudsen gave me and create something geared towards women, knowing from this research here that you had a number of stay-at-home moms who were really interested in building businesses for themselves so they could actually afford to stay at home with their kids. So in May of 2011, I actually was able to launch Women Entrepreneurs HQ, and this is a site that's basically dedicated to helping women understand how to become more successful entrepreneurs. I interview men and women. The men are usually business coaches, and the women, I interview them as business coaches and also as case studies, as you can see here from the case study I did here with Cindy Bhatti, who's a 7-figure earner with her internet business. I do have an amazing opportunity to interview a lot of amazing guests, and I'll show you my guest page here, which is, it's a little bit mind-blowing because I get to interview women from all over the world. Look at all these countries where I get to interview fabulous women from, and I also have an amazing list of guests that I've interviewed up to now and guests that are upcoming on the show, either men or women, of course. So here are some of my past guests, and as you can see, these are all of the interviews that have been posted on the site, and these are the guests to come. It's a really long list. But the great thing is I have some great names on this. I have Andrew Warner and David Siteman Garland. These are the two guys who I learned from, who really initiated all of this. I'm learning from people like Alicia Little, who is the ex-wife of the famous Stephen Pierce. I have David Bass, who is brilliant at internet marketing. Vicki Irvin, she's a multimillionaire. I have people like Gay Hendricks coming on the show. I have people like Mari Smith. She's a big-time social media expert. Mary Diamond, she was one of the stars on The Secret. And that's just a short list. I have New York best-selling authors. And this is just a short list of the people coming on the show. And honestly, this whole entire project would never have seen the day of light had it not been for this trend that you basically highlighted in January. And for that, I want to say thank you so much, Kurt, and thank you so much to the entire Internet Time Machine team.